Hey guys, it's Kayla from Killing It with Coupons, and I am here for another freezer dinner prep and produce prep and breakfast prep for you guys this week. This week I am only going to be making 2 freezer dinners, and they are of the same recipe just because of what was on sale this week, and I also made a lot last week, so I don't need to do quite as much this week. And so I will share that with you guys. The recipe to this will be linked down below. Basically, I just do these videos kind of to share with you guys how I end up using my groceries for the week and what we end up eating, how I make and prepare everything for the week and how we're able to save money because of it. So I did a video this past Sunday with my Chat With Me Sunday about how I do my freezer dinners, and last week's Chat With Me Sunday I did about how I do my list. Both of those are very closely related in how I meal prep and I plan freezer dinners and breakfasts and produce and stuff like that around what is on sale. So you guys can go check those out. Those will most likely either be linked down below, or else you guys can always find them just over on my channel. But for this week, again, I will link the recipe down below that I am using. I'm going to be making a ginger peach chicken, and it is going to be 2 freezer dinners. So I'll share with you guys the ingredients and the total of what it ended up costing me to make each of these. So what I'm going to need for this week is I picked up a little over a 4-pound thing of chicken thighs, and so since this is a large family pack, I'm going to be making 2. I'm going to be using about 2, a little bit less than 2¼ pound of chicken thighs for each recipe. And then I also have 2 things of sliced peaches, frozen sliced peaches, that I'm going to be using, 1 for each, and then also 2 red onions, again 1 for each as well. I've got some fresh ground ginger, soy sauce, and then also some brown sugar in here as well. So again, I'll let you guys know what it ends up costing me to make these freezer dinners. These are the ginger peach chickens, and it does say in the recipe also you can serve it over rice, and I've got my date on there along with the temperature to cook it on. So those are all of the ingredients. I added those all in there, and I will have the complete breakdown on my blog of exactly how I end up figuring out the total roughly. It's never, completely accurate, but it's just kind of a rough estimate of kind of what these end up costing me for the week. So those are the only 2 that I am making, and I will move on to my produce prep for the week. This is my produce prep for the week. So this isn't all of the produce I bought. I did buy some other things like avocados and spinach and potatoes and stuff like that, but this is mainly all of the things that I'm going to prep and or are for snacks this week. The other things like the avocado, that's specifically for my vegetarian meal prep. You guys can go see how I use that stuff and do my vegetarian meal preps in that video. And then also too, like the potatoes, I'm not prepping those. I don't know if I'm going to use them for sure this week or not. I'll probably end up using them actually next week. But if there's anything like this for a specific recipe or whatever, I already ended up adding that. This is all of the things for either side dishes and or for snacking for this week. So I'll share with you guys each of the produce things that like I said, picked up this week, and if it's for snacking or if it's for a side dish and kind of what I'm going to be using it for. So I did pick up a bunch of Fiji apples this week, and then also Honeycrisp apples. Those are all for snacking on. And then I also picked up a bunch of, well actually it was a 1-pound thing of organic sweet mini peppers, and I'm going to be making some. I have a recipe for like stuffed peppers that I normally do as a side dish. And then strawberries, we actually got 4 in total this week, but between breakfast and also and a fruit salad that I made today, I only have 2 left, and those will be for snacking for the week. These will be for snacking on, as well as kale that I'm going to dehydrate and make into some kale chips. And then I've got oranges, which I'm going to cut these up and put these in the fridge in a Tupperware so that they're easier, because everybody likes them when they're cut up already. So I got some organic 4-pound bag of organic oranges. I also got cantaloupe, which I'm going to cut up and prep and have that also in the fridge for snacking on. I'm going to prepare these baby Bella mushrooms and just slice them up because I'm going to do them a side dish recipe like for roasted mushrooms. And then also I got red organic peppers and green peppers as well. Then I'm going to cut up and just keep these as snacks, and then next week whatever's left over I'll use in breakfast potatoes, and also possibly for like a freezer dinner as well. And then I got 10 Brussels sprouts that I'm going to prepare and get ready for a side dish, most likely some type of like roasted Brussels sprouts. And then the one thing that I did forget to get this week, which I'm going to have to pick up at Aldi possibly sometime soon, is lettuce. I completely forgot about grabbing a head of lettuce, so I'm going to make a side salad with most likely 2 tomatoes and then also one of the cucumbers, and I'll probably have one extra left over for just like snacking on and stuff. But for the salad, it will be with 1 head of lettuce and then the 2 tomatoes and 1 cucumber. So I think that's pretty much in total. So this will be for side dish, and then these will be for side dish, and this will be for side dish. So I'm only really have 3 side dishes for this week, but I'm most likely going to do some type of fruit and stuff like that too, and have those out. So basically what I like to do is prepare and cut up all of my fruits or vegetables that I know that I'm going to need for the week, because it saves me a lot of time during the week when I go to make a dinner or a side dish or something like that. All of my fruits and vegetables that I'm going to need are ready, plus 2 cutting up the cantaloupe early and the oranges early, save on time for other people too, to just grab some and go ahead and snack on them. So that is what I like to do with my produce, and like I said, prep it for the week. That is just how I like to do it. I'm going to get this all prepped up and put into Tupperware and get it ready for the week. This is what I chopped up and prepped. I got my kale all done, and I will make these into kale chips. Then I also got the oranges all sliced up, and those will be for snacks, as well as the bell peppers and the cantaloupe. These will be like little stuffed peppers. And then for the mushrooms, these will be like roasted mushrooms, and then I also do roasted Brussels sprouts. And tomorrow, my dad said he'd be able to pick up the head of lettuce that I forgot, and I will turn that into the side salad. So that's really all I'll have to do tomorrow. Just real quick, whip that up and just chop up the lettuce. So that is it for my produce prep, and I will get moving on the breakfast portion of the prep for this week. For my breakfast prep this week, I am doing the same thing I did last week and making some of those breakfast bowls. Now, this week I am using a 3-pound bag of organic red potatoes, and these will be for both 3 dinners that are breakfasts, that I'm going to be making for this week, along with 3 for myself. I do mine just a little bit differently. I normally do the potatoes and then some of the bell peppers and then cheese over the top of mine. I don't have eggs in the morning because I can't really do eggs, so I will just do those for the breakfast bowls for everybody else. So if you guys want to take a look at how I do those, I will try and link for you guys my vegetarian meal prep. It's just a little bit different, but this is both for me and then also for my family for breakfast. So this will make in total 6 bowls, but the ones that I again make for my family is different than the way I make mine. So this is all the ingredients that, like I said, I will need for their breakfast bowls. I'm also going to add in some of the red peppers this week because I have a lot, and then also I'll probably end up using about 1/3 or maybe even 1/4 of the salsa, and then also some cheddar cheese and also eggs. I've got 6 left in there. So that is what I'm going to need this week to make these breakfast bowls. So the other breakfast that I'm going to be prepping for today is going to be these parfaits. So what I'm using this week instead of what I've normally been using is these Dannon fruit on the bottom. I got 4 in blueberry and 2 in raspberry, so I'm gonna make 3 and actually use 2 of these, and then I'm going to add probably about 2 or so strawberries, because I got I used about half of this or so for the fruit salad that I made today, and then I'm also going to use some of this oats and dark chocolate protein granola from Nature Valley. So that is how I'm going to make these, and I'm going to prep them all up. Got all of the breakfast preps done for the week. These are the parfaits over here, which like I said, added 2 of the yogurt cups in. if my dad or my brothers or my mom, whoever ends up having these, doesn't finish them, they can always just save them for the next day. My dad does that sometimes if he doesn't end up finishing the whole thing, so it's fine that they're a little bit bigger, and instead of making 6 or something like that, it'll save me a little room in the fridge, since these are really the smallest Tupperware I have that would fit them. And then I also added in the granola too into little Tupperwares that will sit just out so people can add those into the parfait. And then these are the breakfast bowls. Like I said, I did 3 of these and then also 3 of my own. And then for these, they've got in there the potatoes, and they also have some peppers in there, and then they've got 2 eggs pretty much each, because I used 6 in total, and then about 3 scoops of salsa, and then a little bit of cheese over the top. So that does it for my breakfast prep this week. That is it for me this week for both of my freezer dinners and also the veggie and breakfast prep as well for this week. So like I said, I will have the complete breakdown, or the semi-complete breakdown on my blog of just about what everything ended up costing me, like per item, so how I ended up figuring that I ended up making each of the items for this week. So like, the freezer dinners and stuff like that, each of the ingredients that I used and roughly what it cost me to make, and the size and amount that I used for all of the ingredients. Again, I will have all of the blog posts to all the recipes and things like that linked down below, and also my blog post for this week. But I will see you guys all next week. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll talk to you all next week. So bye guys.